Well, this is a beautiful sight, my dear viewers. I have royalties as an option here. I'm fighting the Soulfish, which means I'm in the underdogs. And because my hefty tablet gave me royalties as an option, and because I'm in the underdogs, I now have the ability to get infinite gold in a single combat. Rather, the potential. I don't have the ability yet. But because I have royalties and I'm in the underdogs, I can get an event early on that will let me duplicate royalties an infinite amount of times in a fight with an enemy. And if I can do so, if I can get this 30 or 35 gold applied an infinite amount of times, I can finally fulfill a lifelong dream of getting the Endless Conveyor event and making it truly endless. That's really the thesis behind this entire video. I love the Endless Conveyor event, and I've only really gotten to use it 2 or 3 times every time I go to it. So I'm coming to share with you all today the way to get a truly endless conveyor of goods. And I'm going to show you the outcomes too. There are a lot of good benefits to the conveyor. You get max HP, you get to transform cards, but there's also a lot of them that will probably be bad if you have thousands and thousands of gold to sell. I'm also on Ascension 0, because in order to farm infinite gold in one battle, you essentially have to be not dying as you continue to play royalties over and over again. So this could theoretically be done on higher ascensions as well, but I'm just doing no ascensions to make the process easier for me. Now, let me show you what can make royalties infinitely playable. We got lucky enough to find the Trash Heap event, and this event has one card which lets us duplicate royalties forever, and I also got Pillar of Creation up till now, which is an amazing boon for this kind of build. In the random junk, there are 10 possible cards you can get. One of them is Dual Wield, a card that duplicates our rare royalties mid-battle. And if we get Dual Wield, we can spawn infinite royalties and infinite gold because of that, while we just block weak enemies. It's a 1 in 10 chance. So, what do you do, dear viewer, when you do not get Dual Wield? Well, it's extremely simple. Of course, you go into whatever your modding software is, and you give yourself Dual Wield anyway. You do that if you're me, because unfortunately, in order to even get to this scenario to begin with, you had to have gotten royalties from some source, you had to be specifically in the underdogs, and you have to get the 1 in 10 chance to get Dual Wield after already getting the very rare chance to get the Trash Heap event before getting the Endless Conveyor event. And that's really just never going to happen at a reasonable rate, so at this point, just to show off the point of this video, I gave myself Dual Wield. And once you get Dual Wield, the highest priority is upgrading it before royalties. Royalties gives you 5 more gold. Another Dual Wield upgrade gives you 2 copies of royalties mid-battle, which is why we like Pillar of Creation, by the way. It gives us block. And outside of the ability to duplicate our royalties, block is all we care about, so we can do that forever against a weak, non-scaling enemy, like these rats. I got very lucky that these rats existed at all, and that's because they are an enemy type that does not ever gain strength and does not ever become stronger. A lot of underdogs enemies do. And since we've already kind of broken etiquette at this point, wow, where did this Touch of Insanity come from? Touch of Insanity is an amazing potion for Dual Wield, because Dual Wield copies cards as they are. So if we make one of our royalties free, and we Dual Wield duplicate that free royalty, every royalty that comes from it will be free. And it doesn't just have to be Touch of Insanity, this could also be done with things like the potion that lets you pick up cards from the discard pile for free. It's really just any capability of making a card free. I just don't have them right now, so Touch of Insanity vanished into existence to showcase that fact. And you may notice that these two-tailed rats spawn enemies, and that would be an issue for scaling, but they only spawn enemies 3 times per battle, and then they never spawn them again. I actually was kind of hoping that they would spawn infinitely so I could use Hand of Greed to get infinite money, but they don't, so that idea was quickly quashed. And really, the low defense is your biggest problem here, because even on no ascension, these guys can hit pretty hard, but once you've got the royalties and Dual Wield setup all fit, then this is what you do. You sit back and let your stocks rise and rise and rise. And I'm gonna take like 30 minutes and do nothing but duplicate royalties over and over and over while facing this one rat. Let me show you what that process was like, dear viewers. Yes, I did spend the better part of 30 minutes doing nothing but duplicating royalties over and over until I could get 10,050 gold from one combat against one rat and a couple other rats, but it was so long ago, I could barely remember that they existed. Yeah, so this is an entirely sound process, and there you go. I thought I might be capped at 9999, but no. They let you get as much money from royalties as possible, and since we love making cards, let's get manifest, authority, royalty, whatever that term was. My mind is blank at this point. So what's amazing now, dear viewer, is that now that we have all this money, we just need to find a question mark with the Endless Conveyor belt. And we can spend all this money we've made with dual wield and royalties, all 10,000 gold, on an Endless Conveyor belt, but... Okay, this is not modified at all. I just got lucky and got 300 more gold. It's a tip for all of our hard work against that rat. The game is giving us 300 more gold to spend on the conveyor. Thank you very much, game. I appreciate you. And there we have it, the Endless Conveyor. Everything here costs 40 gold. So take that 40 gold out of our 10,500 and we're going to be here a long time stuffing our gullet. I mean, the Regent deserves this. The Regent... This is lore accurate Regent. He would have $10,000 coming in here. And transforming is the bane of my existence, because just being able to click on this and skip through it easily, like when you get max HP, is how I get through this quickly. But when you have to take options like potions or transforming cards, that slows down this whole process. So I showed you the list before of everything that it's possible to get here. You are forced to get a feeding frenzy, I think every 5 times you buy something here, or 3. Basically, it shows up every so often, no matter what you do. So, we are going to be spending a long time here. We can also get golden fish, which will make our feeding frenzy, our literal feeding frenzy at this conveyor belt even longer. But I will come back to you and show you the end results of spending more than 10,000 gold on this endless conveyor. Well, around 10 minutes of gorging ourselves later, and we have finally come to the end of our money. Broke. You could eat more, but you are out of gold. Are you sure you could eat more there, Regent? Because you have 388 HP, your potions are full, and you got 125 cards from this bout of gorging yourself over like 10 minutes straight on all the food you could buy in the world. My deck is absolutely ruined now, because Feeding Frenzies don't draw, they don't deal damage. It's good if you have one of them. I got stuff like Hidden Gem and a lot of cool colorless cards. The innate dramatic entrances will be very helpful for sure. But man, you went overboard, I'll be honest. You could... How are you not, like, dead? The Mind Blast is pretty much our only saving grace here, because without it, I don't know how I could possibly... how anyone could win this run, even with 388 max HP. You know what? Now that I've had my fill, and I absolutely have, and I'm glad I did it, I'm gonna continue this run, and I'll show you the highlights of the Regent absolutely engorged, the greediest man who's ever lived in the galaxy. I am 100% carried by these innate cards, especially Mind Blast. If I didn't have them, I swear I would be losing this run so quickly. I'd be drawing 5 Feeding Frenzies every turn, and I would just slowly perish even with 390 health. I'm lucky I got volley this turn, so it's all or nothing this run, everybody. It's really and truly all or nothing. And why don't I take Monarch's Gaze at this point? Just throw more trash into our deck. And there's... oh, please give me clone. I'm sad I can't clone more Feeding Frenzies. Oh well. At least I can get Pale Wing and get 50 bajillion relics, because I'm never taking a card again. Oh well, forget clone. Who needs clone when we have Bing Bong? The best deck bloater this world has ever seen. What better relic to get for this Endless Conveyor run where we've eaten so much food? And by the way, you're not missing much in these elites. All of them are basically, turn 1, they're dead. Well, that has been the case so far, but I fear our fun has come to an end, because we are facing the Insatiable, the only person who may be more of a glutton than the Regent on this run. Because the problem with the Insatiable is that even when we have 400 max HP, if we can never draw our frantic escapes, and if we have turns where we have 5 feeding frenzies and can deal no damage to him, it doesn't matter that he can't chew through our massive health pool. We're never hurting him. We have 2 equilibriums. How am I ever? I gotta actually use my potions. This is a struggle. And bombardment? Oh boy. I think we may have been saved. Although I don't know if bombardment can kill him in the 3 turns we have left. This boss absolutely punishes you for not running a small deck. Because if your deck is 100 wide, well, you gotta pick out 5 cards from those 100 in 5 turns or you're dead. But it looks like we're just gonna manage it, and I know energy is tight now. I just had to play royalties. It's the theme of the run, everyone. We lived, and it was close to death if we played those royalties, but it doesn't matter. We get more big bangs. We are going to win this. We get 2 big bangs, because we have the greatest relic in the game. Oh, and this run is not crazy enough. I am 1,000,000% letting Vaku play my first turn for me, everyone. Vaku, my man, you are going to bring me to victory against the Doormaker, because this is an old patch too. Hey everyone, I think I've made a fatal error by giving Vaku control of turn 1 against the Doormaker. When on turn 1, the Doormaker cannot be harmed, so Vaku will be playing all of my highest damaging cards in the game. I guess I can upgrade Jack of all trades, but this is actually going to be a struggle. I have somehow made this run infinitely harder than it ever could have been before, because I've faced the worst possible bosses and I've made very dumb decisions on my own. But this was not a run about being smart. My whole channel is not about doing meta things in any video games, especially not in Slay The Spire 2. Oh, I have to pick Spectrum Shift. I'm creating cards forever. And I have so many relics in this run now because I've been facing every elite and basically one-shotting them. And I've also been able to sacrifice all of my cards to Pale for his rewards. So, we get no innate cards to deal damage, and we have to beat the Doormaker on our own strengths. And that shouldn't be too bad, honestly, because we have 427 HP. This is the power of farming infinite gold, everyone. Because this whole run has been a meme the entire time. I barely even have to focus on what's going on the screen, just because I have so much HP. But I use this gold in the least efficient way possible. If I was any smarter, I would not have sought out the Endless Conveyor to eat all of my money and throw it all into the Regent's stomach. No, I would have gone to shops. I would have gone to every single shop in the game, and I would have looked for the courier. Because the second I find the courier on a run where I farmed 10,000 gold, I will be getting every relic that remains in the game, and then I will be getting circlets, because that would be funny as well. But as things stand, the only thing I have managed to get is a bloated stomach of 400 max HP and a deck of probably 100 feeding frenzies and colorless cards. So this is not a good build at all, and I will be winning this game not because the build is good, but because I have way too much HP to ever lose it. And because of things like Gold Axe, which I'm now remembering exist in this deck. Because every other enemy encounter in this game has taken one turn, and I have never needed to see anything else that's in my deck. If you looked at this deck for 2 seconds when I showed it on this screen in the past year viewer, then you've already seen more of it than I ever had. Can I get one more Feeding Frenzy for the road? I forgot I can't draw on this turn. Well, you are getting doomed to death by the Regent Doormaker. And everyone, I hope you enjoyed this showcase. This is a very strict tutorial. Make sure if you are trying to do this yourself to follow every step I've taken. Maybe the Regent with all of this food can finally beat the Architect. I think he's got a chance this time, everyone. Let us dance! He failed. Regent, no matter how much money you spend and no matter how much food you eat, you cannot win. Even on Ascension 0. But hey, we got a whole 124 points for 12,000 gold. They should give you more points for that. And we got way too many badges for a whole bunch of nonsense, I'm sure. Yeah, monster deck. Ah yes, one with 200 or more gold. That's all we did with gold in this entire run. 15 or more rooms. We only beat one boss without losing HP, which is highly sad. And I guess I discovered the door for the first time ever. I don't know how this all works, my dear viewers. But regardless, I hope you all enjoyed this run. It was an absolute mess, but it was probably one of the most fun mess I've ever made. What if I go onto the run history? In case you didn't know, everyone, you can go and check the individual rooms of your run to show you what happened. What happens if I go to the Endless Conveyor? I made a lot of gold there. Well, I don't know if you're ever going to see something like this in any other YouTube channel, dear viewers. So if you want to see stuff like this, subscribe to Kilroy Was Here for messages that are going off the screen. I will see you all next time. Have a good day, everyone.